Peace be with you. This morning, as we continue Catholic Education Week, our focus is on doing justice and creating hope. Social justice is an integral part of our life as a church. We are called to support the dignity of others so that they may look to the future with hope and eagerness. On this note, and being Wednesday, you are all invited to our chapel at 11:30 for the Rosary. Grateful for the gift of life and of Catholic education, let us begin. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. From the book of Proverbs. Speak out for those who cannot speak, for the rights of all the deprived. Speak out, judge righteously, defend the rights of the poor and needy. Merciful Lord, you have taught us that whatever we do to the least of our brothers and sisters, we do to you. Pour out your Spirit upon us and inspire us in the works of doing justice and making peace. Give us the wisdom to know how and where we can make a difference and lead us into a love that is unconditional and courageous. May our efforts, done in your name, contribute to the transformation of our world and truly bring good news to those who need it most. We ask this in your holy name, amen. Mary, Mirror of Justice, pray for us. St. Thomas More, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen.
Peace to all of you. Dear staff and students, with sadness, most of us perhaps have already learned that a great Canadian has died last night. Jean Vanier, who is the founder of the well-known organization L'Arche, and his work, the way he approached people who are mentally and physically disabled, has changed the view of many of us and those around us and created a beautiful community that we now cherish. So over the next 2 minutes, I would like to spend and play a clip in tribute to this great Canadian.
Not institutions, but homes. People with intellectual disabilities living with healthy adults. Those homes, like this one in Toronto, are in mourning.
The death of Jean Vanier is like the death of a dear family member.
Jean Vanier was the son of Governor General Georges Vanier. He was in the Canadian Navy and later a philosophy professor in Toronto. But it was a visit to an overcrowded psychiatric institution outside Paris in 1964 that changed his life and that of many, many others. Overwhelmed by the plight of patients and their exclusion from society, Vanier invited 2 of the men to move in with him. Later that year, he founded a charity, L'Arche, on that model. It would grow around the world. L'Arche Daybreak north of Toronto was the first in Canada, founded in 1969.
L'Arche is about community.
Today, the Daybreak community has 8 homes, each with 7 to 10 residents. Across Canada, L'Arche has 29 communities. Around the world, close to 150.
Yes, please.
In Winnipeg, the group runs a cafe.
People come in, right? I'm gonna sit down at the table. I'm gonna meet you. I'm gonna say how you're doing. I'm so happy every day.
Vanier's legacy was celebrated during his life. He was an officer of the Order of Canada and a commander of the French Legion of Honor. But his entire life was about highlighting the value of others.
The people that I'm living with are super people. They're not endowed with great intellectual stuff. That's not their gift. Their gift is the gift of the heart.
Vanier's passing is being noted by premiers and the Prime Minister, even the Pope. Many are calling him a great Canadian, although those who knew him say he'd be the last person to put it that way. Mike Armstrong, Global News, Montreal.
And good morning, St. Thomas More. A couple of administrative announcements today. Thank you, by the way, for your attention for the video about Jean Vanier, a great Canadian. So 4 administrative announcements this morning. The first one has to do with lockers. So a reminder to all students that tomorrow, which is Thursday, May the 9th, we begin the process of choosing your locker partner. So if you have not already had those discussions with the people around you and friends, tomorrow we are going to start to choose locker partners. In order to do so, there will be some very explicit instructions given to you about how to do this process online for Mr. Monaco tomorrow. Having said that, here's a couple of reminders. Number one, it is imperative that you get your locker partner chosen immediately. The process takes about 30 seconds, and as a result, you should have that done very, very quickly here in May, well before we get to next year. Please remember that when you are choosing a locker partner, they must be of the same grade and the same gender. Boys should be with boys, girls with girls, grade 9s with grade 9s, and so on and so on. You will need your student number and your locker partner's student number in order to complete the process that Mr. Monaco will take you through tomorrow. So please be prepared to ask those questions of your partner. Once again, it is your student number that you will need. Our guidance office, our attendance office, and our main office can remind you of what those numbers are, as well as MyPath. So please make sure that you do have those numbers prepared. My second announcement for today has to do with local parks in the area. And you know, of course, living in this area, we have quite a number of local parks, including the one right adjacent to our school. So we've had neighbors start to call, complaining about St. Thomas More students in the areas of the parks, in particular the areas of the equipment in the parks, and that they're impeding young children from actually being in those areas. So a couple of reminders here, St. Thomas More. The parks are for all to share. So everyone should get a chance to be at a park. Having said that, it is a public space, and so your behavior and your language is absolutely paramount. That, of course, that they are good pieces of language and behavior as you're at parks. Likely, you will find at parks parents, younger children, babies, toddlers, and so on. Please remember that the parks, especially some of that young person equipment, is meant for those people and not necessarily meant for you, grade 9s through the 12s. So I do not want to see St. Thomas More students sliding down slides, using children's swings that they shouldn't be using, particularly if we have parents and young children that are waiting for those. I definitely do not want to hear St. Thomas More students misbehaving at parks and or using poor language. So please do make sure that you do watch your conduct when you're in our local parks. My third announcement for today. So you might have heard already throughout the week on the morning announcements that tomorrow is Blue Shirt Day in support of WE's water campaign. And so I'm going to give you a little bit of the rules and regulations with that, and I'm sure you're going to hear a little bit more of the campaign itself a little later on today. For wearing a blue shirt tomorrow. So number one, if you choose to wear a blue shirt tomorrow, the shirt must be predominantly blue. We're not going to take white shirts with a little bit of blue striping or anything else of that nature. It must be a predominantly blue stripe, or sorry, a blue shirt. With that, you must wear uniform bottoms. You can choose to wear our STM uniform pants, uniform shorts, or uniform kilt. It is not a spirit wear day, so we do expect you having uniform bottoms on for tomorrow. The cost is $2, and I know the group will talk a little bit more about where that $2 is going from or going to. You'll have a chance to either contribute that $2 on school cash online or with a group that comes around tomorrow to collect it. Only students that have submitted their $2 may wear a blue shirt for tomorrow. And my last message with regards to that is, of course, any shirts that are worn in the school always should have appropriate messages. Please be prepared to be sent home if the shirt that you choose does not have an appropriate picture or message on it. And my last announcement for today. Tomorrow we host the very exciting Dance Works. And so a couple of things that you need to know for tomorrow. Firstly, the cafeteria will be closed as of 11:45 a.m. tomorrow. And that means that that will impact period 3 lunch. You'll have a shorter lunch that you can use the cafeteria. And it also means it will significantly impact period 4 lunch. The cafeteria will not be open to period 4 students on lunch whatsoever. So please make alternate lunch arrangements tomorrow, particularly if you're on period 4 lunch and perhaps even if you're on period 3 lunch. Meanwhile, we will have a lot of students coming into the building from different schools and a lot of adults, parents, and teachers coming into the school. Please be welcoming. You're going to want to direct any visitors in our building to the areas that Dance Works are running out of. That's the cafeteria, the gymnasium, and our dance classroom down in the tech hallway as well. So have a great day, St. Thomas More, and we'll see you, of course, tomorrow on Blue Shirt Day.
morning, SCM. My name's Maddie.
And I'm Melissa.
And we're here with your sports and activities. First for your activities. To all grade 12 graduates, a reminder that Thursday, tomorrow, is the last day to hand in your completed forms for the grad mass. Drop them off in student services in the box labeled grad mass. Any questions, please see Ms. Calaleo in room 244 during period 1.
This is a reminder to all students who will be donating blood Thursday morning. You are to meet at the cafeteria doors, lower forum, immediately after announcements. A cab will be there by 8:45 to transport you over to Canadian Blood Services. Please be sure to have your permission form and an official government ID. Also be sure to eat a good breakfast, drink plenty of water, and have some salty snacks. If necessary, have with you a list of any current medications.
This is a reminder for SHISM students who have taken co-op this year. ICE training, which is Innovation, Creativity, and Entrepreneurship, has been scheduled for you. If you are in the health and wellness sector, you are scheduled for today in the library. The arts and culture and nonprofit sectors are scheduled for Wednesday, May 15th. The business sector training is scheduled for Friday, May 17th. Please see Mr. S. Silvestri if you have any questions about this one-day training.
All students attending the March for Life trip are to meet in front of the cafeteria tomorrow by 5 a.m. the latest.
Just a reminder that prefect student applications are due at the end of the day today to Student Success or to the main office.
To the student attending the Path Seeker Summer Program meeting with Mrs. DiGiovanni tomorrow, please have your paperwork with you and be ready to meet the taxi at 8:30 at the school's front entrance.
All SCM lacrosse players who missed yesterday's practice must see Mr. Castellani today regarding Friday's tournament at Bishop Bryant. In addition, any students who have yet to submit their forms must hand them in to Mr. Castellani as soon as possible.
And now for your sports. The junior girls soccer team continued the streak in their 3-1 victory over the red team on Monday. Despite conceding one goal, the Knights quickly reset, coming on hard with an unstoppable offensive strike. Goal scorers included Ariana Arlotta and 2 from Ava Clark. The Knights play BR again today at 3 p.m. and will travel to Brantford to participate in the St. John's College All-Catholic Tournament on Thursday. Thanks, STM.
Thanks.
Hey STM, my name is Olivia.
And I'm Mita, and we're here from your We Scare Hunger Executive Committee.
We use water every day in our lives and always take this basic human right for granted. We often forget that many of those around the world aren't as lucky.
This global issue won't go away without our help and awareness.
So what if there is a way you could provide clean water to someone in Kenya for life?
Well, STM, this is your chance to do just that. On Monday, May 13th, We Scare Hunger is holding a Walk for Water event.
To be part of this walk, all you have to do is raise $25 and sign up in the CAF periods 2, 3, or 4.
We also have some of the hydration stations around the school closed down for today to further understand what an inconvenience it is to not have constant direct access to drinking water.
And also, don't forget that this Thursday is Blue Shirt Day. All you have to do is bring in a toonie and you can wear a blue shirt to recognize and raise awareness for this global issue.
Join us and be a part of this positive change we can create in this world. Thanks, STM.
Hey STM, I'm Melissa.
And my name's Olivia.
And we are here from your STM Cares Committee.
Thanks for taking part in our Take What You Need Post-it Note collection activity.
Our next event is a bake sale tomorrow in the CAF during periods 2 and beginning of 3 and to be determined for period 4.
Make sure to bring change. We are selling cookies for 50 cents and cupcakes for $1.
All proceeds go towards mental health initiatives.
Also, make sure to visit the CAF today on your lunch to sign our Mental Health Week poster.
And check out the mental health board outside the CAF for brochures and information on mental health.
Thanks STM.
What's going on, STM? I'm here from Cmor, not council, not anything else, Cmor, as you can see in the back there. So I'm here to talk about one thing, and that's music that we play during the announcements as our transitions. So a lot of people have wanted some different songs for some of the transitions, which we've had a song request feature, which if you sent a message to our Twitter account, we would actually use that as a transition. So that hasn't been really used at all, so we've decided to change to a different way of doing this. So we're going to be taking your song request once, and then we're going to add it into a playlist, a new playlist that we will go through every day and play a song from that. So if you submit your song request to the STM Twitter account, which is going to come up on screen here. There we go, it's up on screen. So that's going to be, if you submit it to that, I will go through and I will add it to a playlist, and we'll play it throughout the day whenever we need to transition songs. So STM, that's all I have to say. The time is now 8:39. Have a great day.